What's up, nerds? Drea here, back at it again with another monthly Obsessions. I said the right word this time. Sorry if I'm a little off today because, not gonna lie, I'm not doing very well mentally, which is why we're not doing makeup today. Actually, I already have makeup on because I did a photo shoot about 2-3 hours ago, and I just haven't wanted to take it off because it's making me feel better. So, let's talk about some monthly obsessions. I'm going to talk about them in kind of an order. Don't mind any background noise that you might hear. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like whatever. So let's talk about some older anime that I've been watching. So the first one we'll talk about is I'm still watching Princess Connect Redive, mostly because it's taken me a long time to get through it. It's taken me a long time to get through that one because I really only watch just one episode at a time, and I've been watching like one episode every 3 or 4 days. So I think I'm only on episode 7 at this point, and it's not that I'm not enjoying it, it's that I'm watching a million other things right now. So I am enjoying it. I still really like it. I'm kind of almost motivated to look into the mobile game, but I don't want to download another game that's going to make me want to spend money because I don't have any. And so just another older anime that I've been watching that's new to me it's called A Lull in the Sea, and it's on Netflix, and I had never heard of it. I'd never heard anybody talking about it, but while I was at my parents', I watched this with my siblings, and we watched the first episode and we were like, this is kind of interesting, but then stuff started getting a little bit weird in it. So this one is about, like, I guess the sea and the land people are split, and there's people that live underwater, but it's not like they swim. The physics don't really make any sense, but it seems very interesting. And I guess there's this group of kids who are going to school on land, and it's a very interesting anime, and I'm intrigued, so I'm definitely going to continue it. I haven't in like a week because I've been watching other stuff, which we'll get to, but I'm intrigued for where that's going. And if you've seen it, let me know in the comments what did you think about it. So we'll move on to the new anime that I'm watching like this season. I'm still watching Yashahime. It's boring, and I'm not liking it really, kind of at all. With it, like the last 5 or 6 episodes, I have not liked at all. So I'm hoping that it picks up. I know Inuyasha was a slow burn, but this is not an issue of it being a slow burn. It's just not good right now. So I'm hoping it picks up. Attack on Titan, I wasn't into the first few episodes, but I'm really getting into it. The last episode that I watched, I think it's the most recent one at this point, my heart basically stopped at some points. It was so emotional. And also, anybody who doesn't like Gabby, I don't think you guys get Gabby, and I do, and what she's going through is absolutely heartbreaking. So I'm really enjoying Attack on Titan. So Tensura, or Slime Reincarnation, or whatever you want to call it, it's fine. Things are getting a little odd. Things are kind of off. I didn't enjoy the last episode as much as I've enjoyed other ones, so I'm curious about if they're changing their direction, and I really hope they're not, because I like the wholesome, everything wraps up really easily type of story that they've been telling. But it's not like I'm gonna stop watching. I'm still really, really enjoying it. So moving on to ReZero. ReZero, still basically a masterpiece. I finally got one of my brothers watching it. He's enjoying it. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just every week just the story gets richer and more interesting, and I can't say anything about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but ReZero still continues to be a masterpiece, one of the best anime I've ever seen. So the quintessential quintuplets. I've noticed that I really like watching a lot of wholesome stuff lately, and the wholesomeness of this harem series, I'm really, really enjoying. I don't really have a lot to say about it, except that Season 2 is just as good as Season 1 so far. If you haven't started watching Horimiya, you really, 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 really should. Everybody I've shown Horimiya to has loved it from episode 1, and you should definitely watch it. Like I said with Quintessential Quintuplets, I really, really love this wholesome type of anime, and I just really, really am enjoying it, and I'm expecting a lot more wholesomeness. Even the less wholesome parts that would be a little bit in other anime are still really wholesome and good, and the animation is great, the voice acting is great, the story is great. If you haven't watched Horimiya, watch Horimiya. So the Promised Neverland. Now, I actually missed when season 2 premiered. It completely flew under the radar for me. I don't know how I missed it because I spend a lot of time online, but I've heard that a lot of people are not liking season 2, and that's because it's not following the manga as closely as they would like. For me, I haven't read the manga, so I don't care. So I'm actually really enjoying season 2, and I'm loving that the arc that Emma's going through. I'm really enjoying it. I have noticed that people are really not careful about major spoilers, and I had something major spoiled for me recently, and I was not happy about it, and it kind of killed that moment for me, so that wasn't fun. But I am really enjoying season 2, and I really wish people would kind of calm down about it being a trash show. I guess, yeah, it's skipping stuff, but it's still well written and well acted and well animated, so I don't know. Maybe chill a little bit. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, tell me what your thoughts are on this season in the comments below if you want to. It's not going to change my opinion, but maybe it'll change somebody's. Okay, so an anime that I just started literally 2 days ago is called Jobless Reincarnation, and it's been one of the ones that have been talked about quite a bit this last season, and I really, really like it. And I know I just said that I really like wholesome stuff. This one it has the feel of one of those wholesome anime, but it is very, very much adult. I would say that this is an anime only for adults. Like, it looks like it's something for kids. It is not. It is very adult. There are very adult jokes. There are very adult characters, very adult languages, very adult situations. Some things that you'll look at and you'll be like, okay, well, there's the anime moment. And some things that I'm like, okay, maybe we should just not do that. But overall, I'm really, really enjoying the show. I got caught up today. I'm really looking forward to where it's going. I have a feeling that something big might happen soon. I don't know. I'm only on episode 7. But it's very, very good. The animation is fantastic. I feel like especially in the first couple episodes, they're very good. And I'm into isekai, and it's an isekai. It's very much an isekai. So I really like it. I recommend it, but cautiously. I don't want to say it's inappropriate, but it's got moments where you kind of have to be kind of an anime veteran and desensitized to certain things to really enjoy it like I am. So I do like it, I am enjoying it, and I can't wait for more. So let's talk about some TV shows that aren't anime. We'll talk about WandaVision. WandaVision has been absolutely fantastic. If you haven't started it yet, I would just honestly wait because there are like 2 episodes left. So you might as well wait until the whole series is out. I think it's just going to be one series probably because they're leading up to what's next in the MCU. But it's been fantastic. Every episode I am left with questions but also answers. You get your answers, but you also get more questions, and I'm really enjoying it. If you haven't watched it, like I said, wait a couple weeks. It'll all be out and you can watch the whole thing. It's amazing. This is probably the most fun I've had with any of the Marvel TV shows. Like, I enjoyed Daredevil, I enjoyed Jessica Jones, I couldn't really get into Luke Cage, but that's a personal issue. But this is the most fun I've had with a Marvel show, and I really highly recommend it. So let's just quickly talk about Fate the Winx Saga. And I was thinking about making a full video for it, but honestly, so many people have made videos on it, and I'll link some below, that I don't think I need to. Basically, I could only get through one episode because it was so awful that I could not make myself watch more, and I barely got through that one. I'm a big fan of Winx Club, and I have been for many, many years, since I was watching it on 4Kids back in the day. And I do understand that things need to be changed when you're making a live-action adaptation, and that's fine. But the things that they changed didn't make any sense, and it took away more than it gives. That's what I hate about adaptations sometimes, if they take away more than they're adding. Like, when you add in that extra dimension, you shouldn't lose you shouldn't lose things in the process. And you lost so much. Like, you lost the friendship, you lost the relationships, you lost part of the magic, actually. Like, literally, you lose parts of the magic. They don't even have wings. It's something that I'm not sure why the decisions were made that were made. And I hear that we're getting a season 2, and I've heard people that actually do like it. I've heard that, but I do not. I do not like it, and I will not be watching season 2 unless I can make myself get through season 1, and I don't see that happening. So, unfortunately, it was not for me. Last show we'll talk about is one I started today. It's called Legend of the Blue Sea, The Legend of the Blue Sea, and it is a K-drama. And I haven't watched a new K-drama in a while. I've kind of been stuck in a rut of watching older K-dramas, and my cousin recommended this one to me because it has Lee Min-ho, who is a huge K-drama actor. And he was in my very first K-drama, Boys Over Flowers, and so far, it's great. I've seen about 3 episodes now. It's fantastic. It's about a mermaid, and I love mermaids. I love stuff like that, and it's been very, very good. The effects are really good. Acting, phenomenal. The use of music is kind of odd. I think in one weird scene, I heard something that I'd heard in another not another anime. I'd heard something that I'd heard in another K-drama, which was weird. And it wasn't like a pop song, it was like a background song. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. Did they run out of money for background tracks? So, and then some of the music like that they use for some chase scenes are really odd. But overall, I am having a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I just started it today, so I will give an update on that probably next month. Okay, so I haven't been watching a lot of movies, which is weird for me. I used to document like every movie I watched over a year, and one year I got to 200 movies in a year. I don't know if that's a lot of movies, but it felt like a lot for me. That's like the highest I've gone in one year, 200 movies. And then last year I got to like 40. And then this year, I think I've watched like 5 movies already, and that's not a lot. So, while I was at my parents', I watched this movie with my siblings. It's called Vixen. It's a DC animated movie, and usually I love them. I usually love the Justice League movies, except for Justice League Dark. I did not really like it. And Justice League Dark Apocalypse, we started it, but I was not liking it, so we started watching something else. And Vixen is another one that I don't think was very good. Basically, it seems like it was something that it seems like it was 3 episodes pushed, like, crammed together to make a movie, and it wasn't very good. And oddly enough, my sister and we spent the whole time just being, like, major peanut gallery, but mostly it was because, like, obviously the main character wasn't wearing a bra. It was weird. Like, that was all we could focus on because it was odd that they drew her that way. And sometimes DC does that. Like, haven't seen the Batman and Harley Quinn movie, but I've seen clips of it, and sometimes they're a little weird about female anatomy. Anyway, we'll move on from that. We'll talk about some stuff that I've been rewatching. I had my brother and sister, they watched Oron for the first time while I was at my parents'. We watched the whole thing and they loved it, and I'm just glad that that can still like make people happy to this day, and I love that show so much. We of course watched it in English because my brother doesn't like to watch things subtitled. He needs to get out of that so he can enjoy some really good shows. Like, I'm not a sub or a dub purist. I watch what I want to watch. And some things are great in English and some things are way better in Japanese. Like, I'll never watch Maid-sama in English because the dub is just awful. But Oron, I love in English. So, another thing I've been rewatching is Boys Over Flowers. I think I was talking to my cousin about it one evening, and I was like, dang it, now I gotta watch the show. So I've been rewatching it, and it's been great. Still holds up. Still love it. And then I also, while I was at my parents', I did a lot of stuff at my parents'. I just show my siblings stuff when I'm there. We showed my sister Scott Pilgrim vs. the World for the first time, and I think it was a little bit too intense for her, which is fine. I get it. But for me, that movie is just an absolute masterpiece. And if you haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it. So I think that's going to be it for today. I usually talk about some other stuff that I've been into, but this video is getting a little bit too long, so I'll just stick to the media. Anyway, that's pretty much all the things I've really been obsessed with. I've been watching a lot of new stuff, and it's been okay, except for the fact that I've just been watching one new thing a week, and I'm watching so many different shows, so many new shows, and it's been crazy. I don't think I've watched this much new stuff in ages. It's been fun, but also like stressful. I'm like, I want more now. So I'm just a little bit impatient with it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please make sure to like this video if you liked it. And I don't know, you can dislike this if you want. I don't think I said anything super controversial except for that I'm enjoying the Promised Neverland. And also that I don't think Gabby is a terrible character or a character to hate. Anyway, please subscribe if you haven't already and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload more monthly favorites, which, you know, happens once a month. Please have a great rest of your day, week, month, and year, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. I feel like my voice is like really, really low today, and I feel like I'm being very loud. I don't know. I guess we'll check and see what happens when I work on the audio for this. In fact, let's check it. Let's see how that... Yep, I blew this out several times. I'm so sorry.